touching them and... Whoa! What the hell? Whoa! I never knew gardening to be so dangerous. Hey there everyone, Dan here from the Diamond Minecart and welcome to another Minecraft mod review where today I'm showcasing the Too Many Plants mod by Benzi RF. Now what this mod does is adds a ton of new flowers and plants to the game, as well as a fair few new tools as well, which all have different kinds of uses. So let's face it, Minecraft's plants are pretty awful, but this mod gives you some flowers to be excited about, so let's get looking into them. So as you can see, I've got a lot of flowers and a lot of chests to get through as well, so let's get through them. So the first one is the glow flower. This is a common rarity and it grows on grass, and when you find it in the wild it is unglowing, but if you go and harvest it, it will create a glow flower, and in the dark it will glow. So let's go to time set 18,000, and as you can see it's not glowing right now, but if we put it down after we've harvested it, it will dimly glow. So it's not as good as a torch, but still looks pretty awesome. So for the rest of the thing we can go back to time set 0. So next up we have, god damn it, we have the air flower, which is an average kind of thing, and what it does is it clears out water and creates a 3x3 air bubble around it. So you can use it underwater, and it makes a 3x3 air pocket so you can build underwater. It's pretty cool, and works as a sponge as well, so it clears out water in a radius of it. So next is the bean plant. This is average, and all that does is drop beans, but beans are very, very useful for some crafting recipes later on. Then you have the pitcher, which is uncommon and acts as an infinite cauldron, so it catches water and stores it infinitely. And then we have bone figure, which you can't see right now because I can't place it down because it only comes in the nether, and it's a tiny finger like this, so you can't really see it at all, even when I'm holding it. But what it does is harvest bones, so it's pretty much a way that you can grow bones and harvest them without having to kill in skeletons and stuff like that. Then we have lichen, which is an average thing, and all it does is it grows on stone, but only stone that has a light source. And it is very flammable, and you can cook it to make a special thing later on. So moving on to this pretty amazing block, and it's blocking the sign actually. It's called creeper. It's rare. Obviously it looks like a creeper, and what it does is it explodes when you try and mine it. But if you give it gunpowder, which is pretty cool, it spreads across the leaves. So you find this behind leaves in trees, so you could find it in that tree in the middle over there. And if you gave it gunpowder, you could eventually turn that whole tree into creeper and then explode it. So that'd be cool. I will explode it at the end of the mod review, but not quite now. So what next one is the prickly pear. That's average. And what this does is the same as a cactus, but it doesn't grow, so it doesn't really do much. You can use it to craft buckets of water, which we'll have a look up later. And yeah, that's pretty much all it does. Next up is the fire flower. That is uncommon. This actually doesn't do much apart from emit smoke like a torch. It doesn't give any light, but you use it for crafting recipe later on. Next up is a berry bush, and what this does is give you berries. You can harvest berries from it, which you use later on as well. A lotus, you can harvest lotus flowers from, which you can also use later on. A lotus blossom, not lotus flowers. Yeah, we use them later on. A lily is the same. You get seeds from it, which you can use in crafting. And then we have the evil flower, which is extremely rare, and it deals 5 damage when you harvest it, but it yields an evil petal. So you do take damage from harvesting it, but the evil petals are pretty amazing when it comes to crafting. So the last one that is introduced into this Too Many Plants mod is the chill spike, and this mod actually introduces frozen netherrack, which appears in the nether. And what a chill spike flower does is it freezes lava and water, but if you walk into it you get 5 hearts of damage and you get knockback as well. So the only way to harvest it is using golden shears, which is a new item included in this mod, which we'll take a look at in a second. So yeah, this is pretty interesting. I like the frozen netherrack. It looks really awesome. So those are all the new flowers that you can get into this mod. They all have their certain uses and are all pretty useful too. So let's take a look at some of the recipes that we have here. And if we go into here first, we've got some beans, which we get from the bean plant. And then you put some wheat in the middle and mushroom stew at the bottom, you will get bean stew. And what bean stew does is it fills up your hunger completely and restores 5 hearts at the same time. So that's a really, really good piece of food. So then we have berry pie as well, which you get berries from the berry bush, and you get 3 wheat on the top, berries at each side, sugar in the middle, and a bowl at the bottom gives you berry pie. And berry pie can be eaten in 3 pieces. It gives you speed 2 and 1 heart for each piece that you eat, so that's pretty handy as well. And then we've got the evil flower petals. So the price that you pay for getting these evil flowers is 5 hearts. So you need 9 of them, which is a lot of hearts. So you're going to have to take a lot of pain to get these. But if you put 9 of these into a crafting table, you get magic powder. And if you put that magic powder with one of the beans from the bean plants, you get a magic bean, which I'm just going to grab because these are awesome. I'll show you what they do in a second. Yeah. So next, let's move on to this next chest, and we have some more recipes. We've got a lesser magic bean, which is exactly the same as a magic bean, just without the blue shell. That's the actual words from the person who made the mod, so that's pretty funny. So it does exactly the same, which I'll show you in a second. And to make that, you have golden nuggets surrounding a normal bean. The one underneath is lily seeds, which you get from breaking a lily. You put golden nuggets all the way around it, and lily seeds in the middle. You get gilded lily seeds, and what you do is you plant these and wait for them to grow, and when they grow and you harvest them, it drops an old golden ingot, so it's a good way to get gold pretty fast. And these things on the end, the last crafting recipes, are really funny. These ones, you get fire flower and air flower. You harvest them, put a stick underneath, and you get the fire launcher and the rain stick. So I'll show you what these do right now. So what I've also had to grab is some fire charges, because that's what the fireball launcher uses. I can't remember what it's called. What's it called? The fire launcher uses to fire fireballs. So if you right click, it will fire a fireball, which is pretty cool. Is there anything we can shoot? Come on, there's got to be something we can shoot. I could hear a sheep earlier. This is dangerously close to our stuff. Come on, move down. Bam! Oh yeah! Wow, that's hilarious. So yeah, that's going to be lots of fun when you finally create one of these. And then we have the rain stick, which you can use by pressing the right click. And when you right click, it will make it rain basically. So we should see rain in a few seconds. We'll just let that come down when it naturally comes down. And you can also stop rain as well. So when it starts raining, that's pretty much how it works. And now I've showed you how those work, let's go to this final chest. We've got two small recipes that are pretty handy. You can use the prickly pear in a bucket to make a water bucket, which can be fairly handy when you're trying to farm in your normal Minecraft. And then we have the golden shears as well, which are pretty much twice as efficient as normal shears. So you can use them twice as much, and they're just harvest more stuff basically, and those are 2 gold ingots in any pattern. So what I've got left to show you is the magic beans, and as you can imagine, magic beans actually do create a beanstalk. So let's go over here and hoe this ground up. So what you need is you just grab the magic bean, right click, and it will create this beanstalk. And what this beanstalk does, that looks hilarious by the way, is it goes all the way up until it hits a block. So if I had a dirt block here, it would just stop there, but this will go all the way up until the world stops rendering. And if you keep pressing jump, you can climb the beanstalk basically, which is amazing. You can use this to make incredibly cool houses and stuff. I can just go forever basically because there's nothing stopping me. And when you fall near a beanstalk, you won't take any fall damage either, which is really cool. And that works for the same as this as well. So this is the magic bean, the lesser magic bean. And that is pretty much your Too Many Plants mod. If you did enjoy this video, then please go in the description and download this mod. It's really well done and is really handy for a normal like survival. Make a really interesting survival mode play. And I think the final thing I've got to show you is this creeper exploding. So before I do that, I just want to thank you for watching this video. If you did like it, then please click that like button. Comment down below of what mods you want to see me do in the future. And also check out the mod if you haven't done so already. And if you're new to the channel, please click that subscribe button too. Tell your friends about this video and about the channel if you did enjoy watching this. So that's pretty much it. This has been the Too Many Flowers mod.